everybody, Britical Saiyans here, I'm Joe.
And I'm Matt. And we went to the Gamescom tournament today. It is a Gamescom, isn't it?
Games Expo.
Expo. Well, so,
But
yeah.
the European at the Games Expo.
Yeah.
It was a European tournament.
So we're just going to open up these for you. And while we're doing that, we're just going to talk about our matchups and takes on everything else, I suppose. Well, mainly matchups, really, because there isn't much else to say. I didn't see much else of people's games, so... where did I put my deck? I put my deck over there. Yeah, Joe's going to grab my deck for me. So, I took Yellow Gotenks, which, as we normally do, guys, we do a matchup of the decks we take to the tournament, but we also show you the side decks that we use as well. So, you'll have...
And I took Raditz.
Yeah. So, look out for the matchup, because you'll get to see what we actually did with these leaders. So, Jones, you want to talk about your round one?
So, my round one was Tower, which I've not faced before. So, I was completely just in the dark about what to do. They played a lot of blockers. Like, it was ridiculous how many blockers they played. And it ended up being a draw because we just went to time. And we were like, okay, well, can't really do much. So, yeah, and I just didn't know how to side. And like I said, they just played a lot of blockers that had effects when they died. So I was just like, stop effect blocking. On the plus side, I got the green hit off because they were just very blocky. So I was like, well, I may as well just make use of this card that comes out and it kills a battle card because I'm killing a battle card. So.
Yeah, so you said it ended in draw overall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Huh.
One of each.
I might end up the same, actually, you know, at this rate.
So yeah, my round one, yes, I took a loss overall, but it was 2-1 in the end.
Yeah.
Game one was quite interesting. My opponent was using the OG Soul Striker, so the very first starter deck.
Right. The reprint version.
No.
Oh wow.
No, very first starter deck.
I got one of each.
Some people doubled up. So then that was interesting. Ooh, hello. Oh yeah. You know where that's going.
Oh, this is awkward.
I mean, you can use it.
I already have one.
Is that one?
Yeah, I know. That's why I thought I had one.
Anyway, so yeah, so in game one, obviously we were both just kind of getting used to each other's decks and playing the best we can. He did win that one, and then for game two, I took the win, but that's because I just dropped my secret rare, and he actually did the one party effect that people don't normally do, and he decided to crit himself for free and go down to 1 life. Which then of course backfired on him because then I was just able to just put so much pressure on. But then he won in
oh yay.
Sweet. A blingy higher dragon. I think out of
yay.
all of those the highlight is although, oh, that texture.
I'm having to sell, to be fair.
Sorry, what is it? Oh! Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You definitely did better than I did.
I mean, both got a Supreme Crack.
Yeah, you did much better. Anyway, so yeah, sorry. So then, I because I was playing against Soul Striker, I sided in Whis and Raditz. I was getting so much hate for that untapping. And because of having that, and I just had so much control early on, and then it just went from there. And then I took the victory because of the secret rare. And then it went to game 3, and we were getting close to having time, but I think there must have been 3 minutes, maybe 5 on the clock towards the end. So we didn't end up going into time or extra turns or anything like that in the end. But that was very close, I feel. I really enjoyed that game. Me and Poe, we had such a laugh. Like, we were just like, we were making plays and we was having a laugh about it. We were chatting. It was good fun to have that. And then my round 2, unfortunately, was another loss, but it was exactly the same result as round 1, and I was against Invoker. Was it Invoker? No, wrong one. I'm thinking of the other one. The U7 deck, the one with the secret rare for Vegeta.
So was it Goku or Gohan?
It was Goku.
Okay.
Yeah, I know why I was thinking Invoker. It's because there was an Invoker sat right next to me. So, yeah, that was they won 2-1 in the end, but that one again was very, very close actually. But funny enough, Secret Rare won me that one again. They let that one come into play though, instead of just taking the 3. So yeah, that was. It seems to me I only win my games when I played the Secret Rare. Which is kind of annoying, but you know, whatever. But one thing I did like is like both my opponents were like just they seemed really happy to see the deck because they was like, what is going on here? This is so funny. This is awesome. Like, what you got going on here? This is so cool. I was just getting compliments like that from both players. And it was like, this is actually really cool. Like, yeah. Bit of creativity goes a long way.
Yeah, well, that's what you want. Like, if your opponent can see you got a fun deck, that's fine.
Yeah.
So
what was your round 2 like then? And what did you go against?
my round 2 was also U7 Goku. They didn't get the secret rare on me because both games it was in their life. But I lost the games because like the first game they just managed to they got all the 17s into play from the mill, which was like, okay, that's annoying. And then they just threw a lot of double strike pressure and I had no aggro response in my hand. So I was like, damn, I am dead because I cannot do anything. And then second game, I put my aggro response in the deck. I was like, yep, this is fine. I should be okay. And then I got double striked to death again. And my opponent was like, oh, you didn't really negate anything or stop anything. And I was like, yeah, all my aggro responses at the bottom of my deck, it would appear. So, which they were like, they agreed that I just got really unlucky. And because they had that much double strike on the board and dual attack, it was like, yep, I am dead because this is too much for me to deal with. No matter what I try to do is get a resource. So, like, untapping during their turn, drawing cards and throwing, like, super combos, I was just like, yeah, no. It's like, okay, great.
So not the best.
No.
At all.
Like, the first game was kind of better in fact that I stayed alive for longer, but when they played the Goku, like, they paid for playing the big Goku out, I had 4 cards in hand, and they're like, okay, well, I'll take a super combo and I'll take this card. It's like, cool, I've got 2 life, I clearly can't stop you, so we'll just call it there. Because they're like, oh, you don't know what you might be able to do. It's like, I do know what I can do. +5, die.
Yeah.
Why waste time? There's no point you comboing because I am dead.
No, that's fair. Yeah. It's one of those games.
Yeah.
Round 3, I got a auto win. My opponent didn't show up.
No.
So I just sat there looking like a lemon for
10 minutes.
For 10 minutes, and it was like, yeah, Judge, he's not here, even though you already knew that, but, you know, gotta do all the procedures.
Yeah, you gotta tell them twice. So.
Yeah, and then you actually had a game, didn't you?
Yes. I had a game against a Red Broly BR, which I know how annoying that can be because I play it. I'm just getting fannies here to fill the space. Gotta get some visual. So like, I know they can warp a lot of cards from hand. I was like, okay, I know what I'm up against. I kind of know what I need to do. Should be okay. And then they would just, like, even if I was playing hand destruction, they were ripping more cards out of my hand than I could rip out of theirs. So it's like, bugger. I'm dead. And then again, I tried to put aggro response, a bit like hand destruction safety. I I put in the Vegeta that blows up a field because they knew, like, I know as well as they know, if we blow up Planet Vampa, it's going to hurt them. And annoyingly, it didn't work out because they, again, just kept ripping cards out of my hand. And I did use, what's it called, damage negation, I think. That can...
I don't know, you got a deck right there, you could just grab it and...
Yeah, I should just grab it. But yeah, I basically played... I'm sure it's damage negation. Yeah, damage negation. So I played that, and because they were swinging all their little things before they went with their big stuff, I was like, right, well, I'm just going to do this so that you have to throw doubles and crits and all this at me. So I'm just going to kind of stream out some of the aggro, but not stop all of it. But even then, they were like, okay, well, that's annoying. I'm going to warp a card from your hand. They saw that I was forced to warp Supreme Kai from my hand for the turn because it was that or Super Combo. And it's like, well, to be fair, I'm not going to be able to play this because I'm on 1. I'm going to 2 energy. I've got to turn Yaft. So, but when they saw that I warped it from my hand, they were like, right, I'm just going to pull the aggro and kill you. It's like, oh, balls. Because again, I get all my stuff back and then it all goes to the warp. And the only thing I was attacking them with really was my leader, so they were just losing 1 card, I was losing 4. And not being able to draw also hurts. So I just died. But like, the thing I enjoyed is like, everyone was quite friendly that I dealt with, and all of my parents were just like, you're playing Rabbits? Yeah. Alright, that's cool. What are you playing with? Maidens? No. It's like, yeah, Rabbits Maidens. Everyone loved how silly it was. Like, yeah, it was just for fun.
Yeah. It was nice. And then we kind of just left it at that.
Yeah, well, judging by the fact that it took to like 3 o'clock to, like, it was almost 3:30 by the time we started round 4. And yeah, it was like, okay, we could be here forever.
Yeah, didn't really fancy staying much longer.
No.
I mean, we were debating whether it was worth doing one more round, but then of course it's because each round was 70 minutes long.
Well, each round is like 75 minutes long.
Oh yeah, because the time and then turns, which then could end up being another 5 minutes or or whatever. So, yeah, almost 8 minutes tops probably in some cases.
And then you'll wait for the round to be decided, so it's just like, yeah, we're better off just dropping.
Yeah, didn't really fancy playing no more. I mean, initially I was going to say if I end up losing Dory, I was going to drop anyway.
Yeah.
But it was just getting a bit late, and we didn't want to come back too late.
No, we'd been there since 7 in the morning, so we were tired.
Yes, but that's because our train got there a little bit quicker than we expected. The time, honestly, the time it said for the train was a lot later than it got us there for.
It said it was going to get there about 7:30, and we got there for 7. We were just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which did turn out to be good because like a lot of people turned up, so it was like, well, we're at the front for everything that we need to be at the front for.
Yes. Yeah, that was a benefit.
Yes.
But yeah, honestly, overall, I can say that I enjoyed this event more than I have in the past. But I think that might just be because I was more fortunate against my opponents in the sense that I was against people that were, decent. They weren't.
Yeah. Like going around the expo was nice, and like we did encounter a lot of friendly people. There was the odd person that was just like, I don't really want to talk to you. But like, it was no one we had to deal with. It was like we'd see another player who was being a bit of a know-all, and we're just like, okay, really hope I don't have to deal with you. Cause, but like, I had to laugh so much because like my third game, there was a person next to me who was using the Crimson Warrior Goku, and I thought it was a bit crazy because like I've never seen it play. I was just like, okay, that's a bit random. And his opponent was playing U7 Goku, and he was like, oh, well, okay, this is a bit weird. Loses the first game, but then he starts side decking, and I can hear him just be like, oh, I know what side deck against blue. I just need this and this, and this will stop blue. Now, my games with the Red Brody didn't last long because it was just crit, double strike, no hand. Crit, double strike, no hand. So like my second game took us like 5 minutes. In that time, in less than 5 minutes, the Crimson Warrior guy had beat the other player. They had signed their score sheet and they had headed off. It's just like, wow, this guy just I was like, you know, you may side for me, but I'm just going to slap you and leave because I'm done with you. It's like, damn. Just went 2-0 and made the second game much quicker than the first, just for fun. It's like, damn. Okay, I'm glad I didn't get that, and I'm glad the arrogant person got slapped. Because that's what you want to see.
Yeah, I guess. How many players was it in overall? They did say.
It's about 150?
I can't remember. They did say, and I think they said it was 8 rounds in the end.
Yeah, it was 8 rounds. There was 1 hour lunch break, and then there was people dropping out left and right. So
Yeah, there were people. I think there must have been at least 2 people dropping every single round at least.
probably more than that.
That's why I said like a minimum, because there was actually the round where I got the auto win. Apparently there was it would be more than that, yeah, because on that round there was 5 empty spaces. Because he came over and like he was talking to another judge, like, yeah, there's 5 tables like this at the moment. I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah, well, that's mean, like, people go to the event, they drop out, and instead of telling the judge, they just leave. And it's like, you've got to tell them, because they can just keep putting you in.
Yeah.
So, and then it messes up the numbers. And, like, yes, it messes up your place, but obviously you don't care about your place, you dropped out. But it does just waste everyone's time.
Yeah, it can cause issues.
Yeah. And it's like, the person gets a free win, but they may as well just have to buy and not have to wait 10 minutes to get their free win.
Yeah, no, they'd still have to sit there and wait. But
Not for the buy.
well, no, yeah, I suppose they'd put it through the yeah. Well, no, because then it'll just get repaired, wouldn't it?
Depending on the numbers. But
Yeah. They'll do some weird working around.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely a good event. Hopefully you can go to the next one. Whenever that will be. And it was definitely nice to be in an IRL event.
Yeah, I think that was the main thing we enjoyed, being actually able to play an event, because a lot of time we tried to look at them and they were either too far or too restrictive, and it's like, yeah, we can't.
Yeah, and I just point blank refuse to do webcam tournaments.
Yeah.
Just, no, it's not happening, ever.
No, webcam's too annoying.
I just don't trust them. So, I think that's it, isn't it, really? I haven't really got anything else we can.
No.
No. Alright, guys. So, thanks for watching. If you did go to the event yourself, put in the comments how you got on yourself. Let us know what you were using. It'll be interesting to find out. Look out for the matchup between the Go Tanks and the Radits, and the deck profiles will follow that. So, we'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.